they never let them have fun in those movies. It always sucks to be a mutant. They're always being pursued, but like they're never just chilling. And they're dressed in all black always. Yeah. And then that's great about the show, and then this show too. It's like they're hanging out eating beignets. They're playing basketball. They're like just chilling, doing their thing. And yeah, they had to go fight and stuff, but when they're not doing that, they're just hanging out. Like that was the best part about the X-Men before. Like they're just having a barbecue. Yeah. They're going on the beach and they're using their powers to like they're playing volleyball, but like Iceman spikes an ice ball and like smashes through something. Like what the you can't do that. Yeah. And X-Men has not been that for so long that it's kind of nice to see that.
Hello and welcome to the 89th episode of the 30s podcast. My name is Clint.
My name is Uncle Marcus.
89. That's a big number.
Mm-hmm. A little 100.
Oh my God.
Be the drunk episode.
Drunk. We got producer Caesar. What up?
Hello, everybody. Hey.
Ooh.
I already gave Clint got him excited already.
You had your Blue Chew?
You know, I got my Blue Chew Truly right here.
Here's the label.
Got all of it. So this is my Blue Chew flavored Truly. It tastes so good.
Now that the ad reads are over. We're recording this on a Saturday after I've been awake since 4:30 in the morning, and it's now 3:25. So it's been almost 12 hours.
You were working this morning?
I worked this morning, so I may be a bit loopy. Wild. So I've got my Truly code the 30s podcast to keep me level. So
code 30s, get 30% off your Blue Chew.
Quite the deal.
Hey, no, it's not even that expensive.
We don't mess around when it comes to deals for 30s listeners.
No.
Not a real one, guys. Just so you know.
Don't try it.
Please don't try it.
They do. That's how we get on the radar.
That's it.
The Truly, our Blue Chew. Use it for both. But they're like, we're getting a lot of these fake disc promo codes for the 30s podcast. And we got to find them. See what the deal is. And they come across this whack ass show. And they're like, no way. Can I start with an anecdote today?
Yes.
Okay.
Whack ass show.
I've been dry for a little bit. That means no alcohol.
Right. Oh.
Right? But that ended right now. But I went to, this was a few days ago. I don't remember when. It was recent. I went to Bevmo. I went to buy a bottle of my Mistress Crown Royal. Ooh. And the guy was, I was ringing it out. That's all I bought was the one bottle. Checking it out, whatever you want to call it. And he was like, oh, would you like and it's just the box, right? He was like, would you like a bag for 30 cents? And I was like, oh, no, I'm okay. It's like 30. I was like, what, 30 cents? He was like, yeah. I was like, when did it become 30 cents? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because I remember when they started charging 10 cents a bag. And that was like, everyone like lost their shit about
like
it.
a Target bag.
Yeah, any kind of grocery bag.
Plastic bag.
That's why when they
floating through the wind.
So they asked me.
Plastic.
Shout out Katy Perry.
Yeah, that's the throw pack. They would ask, like, do you want a bag? So I'm just giving you a bag. I guess it raised it to 30 cents.
Isn't
that nuts?
Well, there's already that tax that we can't. There's already so many taxes that, like I noticed when I had In-N-Out in Eastville versus In-N-Out in Chino, two cities that are just right by each other.
Different prices.
There's like $3 difference in the tax that I can't do anything
about.
It's
called a proximity tax. Oh. But I don't know what in proximity to. Because there's a Starbucks that's right next to my house where a black coffee is like $3.25 or something. Yeah. And then there's a Starbucks next to my work, it's like $4.50.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, yeah, because work is down that way.
Yeah, but I don't know what that has to do with Starbucks.
I don't know either.
I don't know where the coffee would be more. Yeah. It's kind of hard not to say where I work.
Yeah. And then where do you live? There's just so many people who are doctors
True. Well, it's not like I have not said it before on here. So
I know.
if you go back far enough, you can find out. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Or that's like 20 minutes, no traffic apart, and that it just costs more expensive.
Yeah. So when did the bag become 30 cents?
I don't know because the other dude didn't know. I didn't care enough to research it. But
It's like if it's gonna have alcohol in it, you probably want a bag anyways. Why don't they just add that to the price of the alcohol?
I don't know.
No.
Well, you can buy stuff from that store that's not alcohol.
Right.
So they would still charge you 30 cents for a bag.
Oh. Conspiracies.
House of the Dragon's coming back.
House of the Dragon. Did you see that they had 2 different trailers?
Yeah. Like it felt very like when you go to McDonald's and they have like the little game tokens. You're actually part of this. You're not.
You're a part of the...
Yeah, you get to decide who will be victor. I feel like, wait a minute, wasn't like a TV show, like a choose your own adventure kind of show or something?
Wasn't there?
Where you had to go online and then you finish it.
I think so.
Sounds familiar, but
There's ones... I don't know. Do you remember that, Caesar?
No, I remember something like that, but I don't know what.
Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar. So it must, if the three of us have a slight memory of it, it must be kind of real. But that's what it felt like, where they're like, choose which family you're going to fight for, the greens or the blacks, and then you just watch the trailers, and it's okay.
Yeah, and it's like
the show's not going to change no matter what trailer you watch.
HBO, I'm going to watch both because what if you revealed something in one and not in the other one?
Exactly.
They'd both be in the show. It's
got
not like the show's going to change. Like, I choose the greens. Great, the show's going to go how it's going to go.
Greens. I mean, what side would you pick?
The greens are the redhead lady.
Alessandra? No.
Alicent.
Getting all my names. Alicent.
It's been so long. It's been like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
The show was on.
Hasn't it?
When I watched
remember all the
trailer,
names.
I had to think like I don't remember anything that happened on the show other than that there were black Targaryens.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big deal.
Just the blacks.
that was a big deal. And then no one could tell that her kids were not her kids.
Yeah,
It's
come
like-
on. Come on. They look like Aragorn.
Yeah,
Good
it's like
God.
there's no anyway. Yeah, I couldn't really remember the show, but the Greens, I remember she was kind of you didn't like her.
Mm-hmm. I think you're supposed to not like her.
Yeah. And then
'Cause she was the best friend.
it's the dad.
Ugh.
And then was like, "Oh, I'm in charge."
I'm the queen now.
No.
And it's like, no, are you though?
And then the other one, their uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Just typical Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not after 5. Oh, after 5 minutes. Now.
It's okay. I censor it all.
He doesn't even care. Whatever, dude.
I'm just numb to it at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we can talk about that when it comes out. I'll probably watch it.
I'll watch it.
Fun fact: I do notice a trend in the videos at the beginning. I don't have to censor as much as towards the end.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, towards the end. I think at the end there's like no
People skip to the end now.
No. When I'm listening, because I listen to it all the way through, and I see that like I have to edit out all like you curse more towards the end of the show, just so you know.
Oh, well, it's gotta get loose. That's after a truly
good time.
or 3.
Don't you want to have a truly good time?
Oh, vlog. Oh. And we're back to the show. We had a little bit of a mishap and I lost where I was. And the table was dirty. I don't know.
God.
The table was dirty.
The table was dirty. We had
It
to
was-
stop everything.
It was covered with Truly, sponsored by Truly.
Leaving the right where it starts. We're like, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so we're back. So the last couple weeks we talked about movies, and I guess it's been going well. It's been fun for us. It's fun for the viewers, I guess, to hear what we have to say about them. So we're gonna do that for a little bit longer and see what happens. Maybe it'll be a regular thing. Maybe it won't. But we watched 2 movies this week. We're just gonna talk about one plus a TV show that just came out. So we'll start with the movie. That's okay.
Yeah.
What did we watch, Clint?
Con Air.
We watched the 1997 banger Con Air, which
Starring Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah,
who's
I
done
saw that.
everything.
And that just told me right away. It reminded me what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah,
Jerry Bruckheimer.
but this movie is very much of its time of 1997.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't noticed, anyone who's listening or anyone in this room, the late 90s movies from the late 90s, like 95 to 99, there's a lot of really good movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're just very much unabashedly themselves. And this movie is a very fun time. Nicolas Cage plays Cameron Poe, who Nick Cage is doing some face acting in this movie. And we all know the memes from this movie where he's just like looking outside in the sun, big flowing hair.
His Caesar's hair. I know.
Imagine Caesar with Nick Cage's face.
Caesar's hair.
That's what we get. Although
you can't really imagine it from never on the show.
They've been on it. They've seen your hair before.
That's true.
And they'll just place Nicolas Cage's face. Nick Cage wore a wig. Caesar's hair is real.
Yeah, it's got to be a wig, right?
Of course, that's a wig.
Yeah, he starts the movie with short hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, how funny would it be though if they're like, yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait for you to grow your hair out.
10 years like he was in prison for or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's only 32 filming this.
Yeah, I looked that up too when I was watching it.
That's crazy.
That's my
younger
age.
than me.
Yeah,
Say us.
that's me. That's me.
Yeah, isn't that
If I was doing an Alabama accent, which now that so it was kind of funny to see that the movie starts off in Mobile, Alabama.
yes?
That's a spot I think my parents thought about moving to.
So it's
I've,
near.
I passed through. I think it's
Where they live at now?
like in the middle, kind of close.
Huh.
So, because I haven't seen it in a while. I haven't seen Con Air in a while. It's probably one of those movies that's on TV that you're
It used to be on TV all the time.
Yeah,
Edited.
yeah.
Which the version that we probably watched was not.
Yeah, watching it now, I'm like, oh, this is probably why I didn't watch it as a kid, but like probably in teens. By teens, I would, because there's just like maybe one too many F words for my house growing up. Maybe, but it's a good time.
It's a lot of fun.
And they do not make movies like this anymore.
They do not like movies like this anymore.
It makes me sad. Just the production value. I kind of miss watching movies where a car or a plane are just crashing through practical sets, actual sets. Like that looks so cool.
Yeah.
From like the airstrip to the end of the movie. I was like, can we do that again?
Yeah.
Just because it reminded me of like Waterworld too. It's like the Waterworld, like the show at Universal.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could like. I really see that happen because now it's just CGI.
And that's such a good.
BS.
That's still a good show.
And it's still a good show. So like watching this movie gives you that same vibe of, oh, look at that. It's going through this building. It's exploding. Is Nicolas Cage going to make it out of the building while it's blowing up? And he did.
I did write down that this was kind of like a mix of Die Hard and Speed.
Yeah. Because Die Hard is something I would have grown up with.
Right.
Because
Really? They let you watch Die Hard, but not this?
Yeah, probably because it's like a
Got a lot of F's in it.
Christmas movie. Kind of, yeah.
Got tits in it too.
A little bit. Yeah, so I might have grown up, but titties. Yeah, titties. God bless the titties.
What was that?
I was doing my own drops over here.
Titties.
Yeah, I got Die Hard vibes the whole time, especially when Cage is in a tank top.
I was gonna say when he takes off his the denim prison shirt, I'm like,
yeah.
there we go. That's how you know it's like, okay, now it's about to ramp up.
Yeah.
Now his arms are out. But he did have the John McClane look, just a tank top. And then all of his lines are one-liners, mostly.
Oh, they're so good. So back to the beginning of the movie. So I was kind of thrown that like I mean he does kill the guy. I wrote down a note that said, but also great song.
Yeah, how do I live without I wrote down.
you?
Okay, I wrote it down because it's who sings that?
Leanne Rimes.
Okay, well, I wrote that. My first thought was like, "This is cringe as," but then I was like, "But in 1997, would this be cringe?"
It was nominated for Oscars.
But for that
for the
movie?
song, it was Oscar
The song wasn't
nominated.
written for that movie.
It was written for that movie. That's what.
I didn't know that.
While I'm watching it, I'm like, is this song from this movie? And it was.
Because I feel like that's almost like the arms of an angel. It's like one of those songs you're just like, all right.
Or Whitney Houston and the Bodyguard.
Yeah, where it's like the songs. What?
We'll always love
I feel like a Muppet Caesar.
That was beautiful.
But yeah, I wrote that. That was hearing it from my 2024 years. It's pretty cringe. And then, but I guess that's something you used to do in the 90s.
But then it fits with the whole movie, which is great.
But I don't. For its time, though, I don't think that they don't have the same thought that we do of like we're gonna make this cringe.
They're like, this is so romantic.
Yeah, they're just,
look at them. They're meant to be with each other.
Yeah,
You like that, don't you?
What was her name in the movie? The wife.
I just knew her as was it Hummingbird?
Yeah, Hummingbird.
A hummingbird.
But when he kills the guy outside, and he's just call her Trisha.
Yeah.
Like Trisha,
and she like then goes to get help after he's already killed somebody.
But it was just. It's good that that's one of his first scenes because he does that kind of. You know how Nicolas Cage acts as like. He's so,
That was spot on.
Wow.
You know what I mean, right?
Need the video footage for that. Just
But
put a wig on.
It kind of does a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a lot of face acting.
Yeah.
Where it's like. Like when they where they take over or he realizes the plane is taken over and he's just like you're like, what's this guy doing with his thing?
Oh, because there's another part where John Malkovich, who's the big bad in the movie,
Cyrus a virus.
He's like John Malkovich. He's talking. He's like, we have someone who is. I don't remember the lines, but he's like, someone told the cops. And then you see Nicolas Cage's eyes just go right at the camera.
They knew that we were coming, and we were then tied up to whatever the post.
Tied to the post.
Yeah.
They all knew. It's like, look at the guy staring right at you, John. Like they're not gonna know it's you. Also, they were off the plane for so long. He was off the plane for so long, and then they're just in by the time the rest of the goons come back in the plane. Like you knew that he wasn't around you.
Yeah,
and you could tell that
he was off talking to Larkin the whole time.
Yeah, he's just talking. I wonder who it is, John.
Yeah, that's such good characters in this movie.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Cyrus.
Yeah,
he was probably the best part of the movie. He was just John. I thought like, what do you take that? Like John Malkovich, like this is a weird role for him. But then once you could tell like he's having a lot of fun, and he's like really enjoying the movie.
I think he does.
Yeah, because the way he delivers his lines are so like, oh, he liked doing this.
Yeah.
There's this I forget who he's talking to, but I think it's the he says like the guy's gonna say Cyrus, so he's like Cy, and he goes Anara, and then kills him.
To the Latino dude.
Okay, that it was. Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was him or that cop earlier, but he's like Cy Anara, and then just blows him away. Like, what? That was written on a page. That was not an improv because it was a cut to a cut. That was written on the page.
Or when when Nicolas Cage when he's talking to Cyrus and they're like, yeah, that's how my daddy trained me, and he's like, my dad didn't teach me anything. Like,
you know what my dad taught me? Nothing. And then that's it.
And then he's like, so you're a self-educated man.
Self-educated man.
I wrote that one down. That's all you are, a self-educated man.
So many good one-liners in this movie. I wrote some of them.
It's literally like the accent he does is like, oh, I spent the week with my parents, and I picked up something.
One of Nicolas Cage's lines are it's like, there's only two men I trust. One of them's me. The other's not you.
By the end of the movie, he's like, now there's three men I trust. One of them's me. Am I the other one? Yes.
Yes, Larkin. John Cusack is Larkin. Like 31.
He was 31?
Yeah,
Wow.
he was younger than what's his name.
Good for them. They started pretty young.
Yeah,
They would have been
then
making movies.
The reason why they kind of fucked with me now is that I remember watching that movie as a kid and thinking like, oh, these are adults,
Like old people.
not necessarily old, but just like
older.
Grown-ups.
Yeah.
And then watching it now, I'm like, they're younger than me, and it's just like one of those weird because they look kind of older than me, but
A little bit.
maybe because they're just on TV, or movies.
Maybe, or maybe it was the 90s.
Yeah, because I did
just
write
looked
down
older.
that like John Cusack when he first shows up, he's in it's an oversized suit, like very reminiscent of the 90s. That does not look good, and I hope that like the 90s trends are coming back. I'm like, don't bring back the oversized clothes.
Yeah.
I don't think it
I've never really been into that.
makes you look like, unless you like it.
Wow. Unless you like it.
then whatever.
Unless you like it.
If it's having
Was
a
I doing
sense of
some eye
fashion.
acting over here?
Hold on. Having a sense of fashion is what did you say, Caesar? How do you say it about fashion? Like, yeah, you said it on your show.
You have to have a sense of humor about it.
have a sense of humor about
ridiculous.
it, or at least take it seriously. I don't know, whatever it was, but however you worded it, made sense.
Thank you.
Everyone's got their own style. But yeah, it's just a good movie. We said it earlier, but I was thinking about. So I wrote down two of my funniest parts of the movie. One was when they're doing the game plan.
Yeah.
They're like, this is the hangar, this is the plane, this is the firing zone. I can't do John Malkovich. But then one of the other idiot inmates is like, what's that? That's a rock. And then just smacks it away. It just keeps going on with this speech.
She kicks it away.
Yeah. Then the other
that's so
one, you
good.
can say it because we both had it.
One where he
Slaps,
he slaps
his name?
the cross-dressing inmate.
Yeah.
The cross-dressing inmate. He just comes up and he just slaps him.
It's like, ah.
Earlier, Cyrus talks to him. He's like, "You're gonna want to claw their eyes out if they get close."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like,
After he gives them a rifle, and then he puts a magazine down her shirt.
They
Their
come up
shirt.
and they're just like, what can I do? And then he's just like, he does the gun thing and then gives it to him, and then just, it's very confusing. Gives it to we'll say them, and then puts the magazine down because at this point they put on a dress.
They're in a dress.
And puts it down the dress and just like, if they get close, scratch their eyes out. You got it. That's really funny. But then when he's taking over the plane, he's beating up all the dudes to get to the front of the plane.
Yeah.
And he gets to the front of the plane and they are up there and just like jumps on his back. And it was like, ah! It was like a kitty screech, monkey screech. And then he gets them off and is like about to hit them and then just goes flat. Slaps it right in the face. But like to the ground.
Yeah, and he's been killing the other ones.
Yeah, but he decided
he's
to
killing
just
a
slap
lot of
this
people,
one.
and then he just slaps them.
I thought that was interesting. Like, thinking about it now, is like, oh, this is kind of because they're all just acknowledging that this is like essentially a woman. I was like, wow, it's really progressive. And then they don't care that she's in a dress, and then when they take back off, they are dancing like with the tequila bottle, and they're like, woo, like they're like
they're dancing to "Sweet Home Alabama."
Yeah, it's like
they don't like. Do they know that he's from Alabama? Like, why are they dancing to that song?
It's called meta. I don't know. And then, but Steve Buscemi is like the Jeffrey Dahmer type.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
Weird.
So I don't know if I looked down at my phone or something, and then looked back up, and he's like talking to that little girl.
Well, I did write down The Hills Have Eyes girl because
It was creepy.
who's this little girl?
Yeah.
Just
Where is she?
dirty. She's got a giant fake doll.
Yeah.
She's in a trailer, like not even a trailer park. It looks like one of those Fallout
Yeah.
cities from the 50s. She's just like having a tea party.
Yeah. It was too weird.
It was a little unusual. And it was really weird that he didn't kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And he just lets her go. It was a bad part of the movie. A weird part of the movie.
It was weird.
made
It was
no
too
sense.
weird.
It was unnecessary. But I liked also that it ended in Vegas. I feel like Vegas was a cool 90s set piece for movies.
Yeah.
Like Austin Powers, or Vegas Vacation, or
and then
other
Nick
one?
Cage had
All classics.
a couple
What did you
in
say?
Vegas.
All those are classics. that
Yeah,
you mentioned.
yeah. And it was just, it's always fun to see Vegas get blown up or
Yeah, that was
destroyed.
cool. Again, like it's so cool to just see just carnage.
Yeah, just like
real
practical carnage.
Yeah.
Like I said, Speed earlier. It's cool in Speed. The bus is just blowing into everything, and at the end it like goes downtown, and it is cool to see that because I don't think they could do that now, obviously, but it'd all be CG.
Not as fun.
What else do you have for Con Air?
Crazy man.
It's a lot of fun one-liners. The Irish guy. He's not Irish in the movie, but I know that actor and he's Irish. I don't remember his name. You're supposed to hate him.
Yeah,
he was the worst, dude. He had that car that said "ass kicker."
Oh yeah,
and he's
I
just
wanted him to get punched.
Yeah, and he's kind of more the villain than Cyrus.
Yeah,
Cyrus the Virus.
Yeah,
he's the one that's kind of screwing everything up. And I wanted him to die, and he didn't.
So there are a few other lines. There was the "Hooray for the sounds of silence," and then when he confronts him and when Larkin confronts him, and he's about to leave, he's like, "So what are you gonna do?" "I'm gonna go save the day." And then but then he doesn't do it right away. No. He hops on the plane and he just keeps
he goes
pretending.
To get the medicine first.
Yeah, he gets the medicine, helps his friend out, and then they're like, "You've been almost dying this whole time?" Mm-hmm. He's just like, yeah. Make a move and the bunny gets it.
Talk about the bunny.
The bunnies. The bunny was so how did he even get the bunny when he was in jail?
I don't know. This doesn't explain how he acquired the bunny. But
yeah,
he's got it. And it's like, I'm gonna give it to my little girl.
Yeah, because his wife is pregnant.
She was pregnant when he went in.
He went in, and
it's either 8 or 10 years he's in jail. But so he has a kid. She has a kid while he's in jail, and they're writing to each other. There's that montage at the beginning.
So at the beginning, like if she's in kindergarten, there's no way she can like write that well.
Or speak like that.
I
was like, who's the voice actress doing
this? Who's playing
Dear
this
Daddy,
little girl?
Today I went into preschool and some boy said I was ugly. He said he did not like my green eyes. When I told Mama, she said, that's just how some people are and you just have to deal with them. And just be nice back to him. And then maybe he'll be nice back to you. And
he had black teeth. Like, oh my God. Yeah, but like this kindergartner.
He had black teeth. Yeah, the letters, the content like, of the letters that they're writing each other.
Yeah, just have it be the wife writing, because the wife had to be writing it.
Dear Hummingbird, I miss you so much. There's nothing to do in here. I read a book today, and then tomorrow I'm going to read another book. Like, that's what you're writing in the letter?
Give it some content, man.
All right. And make it juicy. Be like, I can't wait for the day to see your titties again.
Oh, Lord.
I think about the day when I can have my tongue in between your legs. And then you can do that one thing I like to do with your thumb. Until next time, your po daddy. Something. Like, they get a little spicy.
Yeah.
But no, it's just, I read a book today. I'm learning Spanish. Me llamo Cameron Poe.
Why did he have to learn Spanish?
He does a Spanish montage, a little monologue
too. He doesn't use it.
You're right. You think that would come up in the movie later. And it never comes up again. Like, oh, okay, he's going to use the skill in Spanish. Like, maybe to get that guy.
Yeah,
the
to Danny Trejo.
Guy. Yeah, Danny Trejo. It's like, you see all these tattoos?
Yeah.
I'm Johnny 23. If they knew I'd be Johnny 600. Like, okay. You're going to be number 24, mija. You think he'd deliver like a final blow in Spanish, which I don't know any Spanish.
Yeah,
would just be like, yippee-ki-yay, but in Spanish,
like, pinche cabrón.
But they don't do that.
They didn't even do it. I was like, oh,
yeah.
No payoff.
That's
so funny.
And then the bunny at the very end. So the bunny's been through.
Bunny's been through some. the bunny. So to say, the bunny has been been packed away in the luggage compartment of the plane, along with Cameron Poe's other artifacts. One of which is his release letter, whatever, saying like, "You are a free man." And so the bunny's under the boat, under this plane.
We got it.
It's in the box. Who finds it first? The white guy?
Yeah, and then it gets to John Malkovich.
No, well, the white guy
Eventually.
finds it first, and Cameron Poe sees him go down there, and he's like, "Oh," because he's got bad blood with that one guy. He's like, the one guy was like, "I was in the North Block. I didn't see you once." Cameron Poe's like, "Well, there was like 150 people. I never saw you either."
Yeah.
And so the guy goes underneath the ship, and Cameron Poe's like, "Oh no!" So then he follows him down there, and he's like reading the letter, like, "Oh, my daddy, blah 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 blah," and then they fight each other, and then Cameron Poe kills this guy, and then I guess just leaves him there.
He did, yeah. He left him there.
Yeah. And then later, the plane is grounded for a crash. It's grounded. And then Ving Rhames finds it. And it was like, oh boy. And then he goes and tells Cyrus. And then Cyrus does that like, somebody told the police.
There we go.
Yeah.
We got a John Malkovich out of you.
I have to try. I bet if I worked on it, I can get it.
You really focus on your words.
You have to enunciate all the words with your entire mouth.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. Is that what it is?
That's how you do it, I think.
This makes you wonder, where is he from? Who does that?
Yeah, is it
that
just
a
like
Southern
someone
thing?
maybe someone taught him in acting class.
Maybe. So yeah, then Ving Rhames finds it, and then it's like, oh my god, it's a big hoop.
And then the bunny
Survives
the crash of the plane crashing into the casino, and it's going through this. It's about to go through the sewer drain, and he saves it from the sewer drain. So it's almost down there. Takes the bunny, meets his wife and daughter, and is still like,
Here you go.
"Here's your present."
Here you go, baby girl.
The girl's like
She's like,
hesitant.
this is the first you're meeting some stranger.
Yeah.
And he's all bloody and sweaty.
Yeah.
And then he's like, gives you a dirty ass bunny.
Like, don't give her the bunny.
No.
Don't give up on it. Give up on
Yeah.
the bunny. Just hug your daughter.
Yeah, just
Don't give the bunny.
Just say hi. Hello. I went through some shit, but I'm your
And
daddy.
the bunny really did.
Is that you think it's a metaphor for him? Because the bunny was sealed inside that bag at the beginning, imprisoned. The bunny was imprisoned, and then the bunny went through his own journey on the plane. He got discovered, just like you did when he was ended up being a good guy. Quote. And then the bunny gets thrown around a lot and it's dirty. And at the end, it gets the daughter, just like he did. I don't think that's what their
I don't think
intentions
that's
were at all. But you know, you can interpret things as you will.
If they did, good for them, because they really made sure that the kid touched the dirty freaking.
Yeah, she's like, all right.
Like, okay.
Dave Chappelle showed up.
Yeah. So Dave Chappelle,
He had a lot of fun
he was
90s
funny.
pop-ins.
Yeah, he was funny.
Mhm.
He was really good. But I thought he didn't make it onto the plane when they were leaving.
He didn't.
He didn't. But then I thought they dropped his body from the.
Oh, well, he like falls over, but it's
Yeah, I didn't see that part. So I
they
felt
don't
like
show
that
it.
was a
It's
weird.
just it's a surprise
Yeah.
when you see him like he got stuck in the landing gear.
Yeah.
Writes on the thing. But yeah, I had forgot he was in this.
I forgot.
Once I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, he's in this movie. For whatever reason, that wasn't one of the things I thought about from this movie. But I did think immediately after, I was like, oh, this is one of those fun 90s Chappelle pop-ins where he just shows up as a funny character, like Nutty Professor.
Oh,
the
yeah.
comedian. He's really funny in that movie, saying all the jokes that you can't say it anymore these days. And then he was in You Got Mail.
Yeah.
Too. He's not really that funny in that movie, but he had like a lot of these like I say pop-in roles.
Yeah, I'm realizing he had more roles than that.
Yeah, where he just showed up and owned the scenes he was in.
I liked him in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
he
was
in Men in
great.
Tights too.
Yeah, that was a supporting role.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That was good.
R.I.P. to that one guy who just died. Prince John. I don't know his real name. It's in Curb.
just happened.
Whatever. RIP. That
Richard.
guy. I don't know. Any other thoughts on?
Oh, the they them was like men in uniform. All the cops.
Yeah.
I liked how
That guy's in Hackers.
Oh yeah.
He's
Are they?
He's playing that same character pretty much in Hackers.
Oh really?
Yeah. He's one of the hacker group. You didn't pay too much attention when I showed you.
And you ain't getting near my daughter. I spelled it that way with the daughter. Daughter. You ain't getting near my daughter.
If anything, it was a good movie. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Fun accents. John Malkovich is the funniest part of it.
Fun premise. Premise is fun.
Yes.
Bunch of convicts take over the plane.
Speed meets Die Hard in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. I say go watch it again, people.
Yeah, watch it
Go
again.
do it.
Go back.
Give it a shot.
Do the shot.
Yeah, revisit the late 90s, you guys, especially from movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great time. Speaking of late 90s.
There he goes. Look at him
go.
go.
Our next thing.
What
You like talking about him or me?
Oh, also you. Okay,
What's
go ahead.
happening? What's happening?
Him and I are both confused.
No, I also just realized something too, but you keep finish what you're saying.
Say it.
So we're going to talk about the X-Men animated series
Okay.
that is now called...
Ruined mine. That's why I was going to say this.
That's why I was going to let you keep talking.
Jesus. Anyway, cut all that.
Cut.
Speaking of the late 90s, we also watched X-Men 97.
The same...
That wasn't part of the plan. Don't what?
Was the same year that Con Air came out.
Yes. Yeah. Getting to that. Jesus. Talk about finishing the bit. That wasn't planned that we were going to do that, but it happened to just come out this week, right? It came out this week, and I've heard about the. I want to hear your thoughts on it first. So I've heard about the show. I knew it was coming. I didn't know when it was coming. I knew it was like a thing that was happening. But I just didn't know it was going to be now. But it's excellent cosmic timing that it happened right now because they're in 1997. But I'd like to hear your thoughts about the show.
Yeah, because I grew up watching the X-Men animated series. I really liked it a lot. It taught me I even when it came out, also had a children's book of it, like the first episode.
I think I had that
super
book.
into
It was where they killed what's his name.
I think so.
They killed some guy. It was like
Yeah.
a lot of it. The Sentinels zapped him or something.
So I loved it as a kid, and of course, like that series and like the Spider-Man series, they were great because then they came out with the live action X-Men and then the live action Spider-Man, and it's like, oh well, I already know all these people from the animated show, and then I knew that they were coming out with this show, but I didn't know that they were gonna like really focus on how every X-Men uses their powers and make them like 1,000 times more awesome than I think they did in the old show. Because certain characters, like Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men, but he's kind of never gotten like here's his like hero shot of him like taking people out with his powers, or like, yeah, he's got the blast, but he's also super like fit and can fight. But in this one, they do so much justice to him. Because it's not a laser bolt that comes out of his eyes. It's a concussive blast. So in the first few fight scenes with him, they show that like when he uses it, it can like push him back far away. He can like do a tiny bit of it, and it pushes the bad guys back.
Right.
And even like when they're falling, he's like, no, I'm good. I'll see you on the ground. And he uses the blast to like cushion his fall as he's falling.
Spoiler, that's how he discovered his powers in the comics. Able to do that, and he fell off a plane with his brother. I had that one comic. I had that one, and that's how he first used his powers. So when I saw it, I was like, they're doing the thing.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And then other characters, because it takes off where the series ended, because
Which I did not remember how it ended.
I probably want to just rewatch that a little bit. because they did a lot of cool stuff in that.
You don't have to watch the last.
You don't have to. No, you could just jump into this. And because Professor X passed away, he died, and so Cyclops is like, oh, I guess I'm the leader now, and it takes off from there,
right,
to where now Jean is pregnant, but
she's never been pregnant on screen or on page before.
Yeah,
weird to see.
So she's pregnant, and then at the end, Magneto shows up, and it's in the will that Magneto's going to take over. So that's kind of where it's going to go towards.
Right.
But the specific X-Men they have in the group right now, they were just like, oh well, like Morph was another one where I never, like, until this show, these two episodes that came out, I was like, oh, I guess he could do that.
I don't know anything about Morph.
Morph, I just thought he just transforms and he could, because like something I would like to do, I'd like to be able to just transform and mimic people, do that. That'd be cool. But it's also like, how do you use that to fight crime or to fight bad guys? But in the show, it's so cool because he'll transform, and like when they're falling out of the sky, he transforms into Angel, who has wings. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Right.
Like the really practical ways to use his powers. Like, oh, he's flying. He can now pick up Wolverine and they land safely. There's the other scene where he becomes Blob so that Wolverine can bounce off him. I'm like, they figured it out. Or he figured it out.
Right.
And then you just become different mutants who have these physical powers so that you get punched and, oh, he's Colossus. He stopped the blow. I was like, that's really cool. They did that. And then the only ones, it's so good that like, cause I love Wolverine, but Wolverine seemed like he was the one that they did maybe the least with, which is interesting.
Still early.
But still early.
I only saw the first one. Also to preface.
The second episode is really good too. But I love how they're all going to end with a cliffhanger, just like the original show. So it really is going to make you feel like you're in the 90s again, watching cartoons on Saturday.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with all that. I can say I know that the old one was 92 to 97. I do remember watching that when I was a kid. It was on Fox Kids.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know, because I was so young. It's just like, oh, this is just fun stuff. But I did like it. And when I heard they were doing this show a couple of years ago, I was kind of like, oh, that's cool, I guess. But who's that for? You know, who's that going to be for? I wasn't really too interested. But then when it was like I said, I was surprised. I didn't know it was coming out. And I watched it, and it was a really weird experience because I didn't know that. Like I said, I watched the old show, and I have a lot of fond memories of watching it. It's like a nostalgia memory. I don't really remember the show that well, like episodes, other than the Phoenix stuff. I remember the Phoenix stuff a lot. I think that was towards the end of it when I was a little bit older. I don't really remember the show that well, other than that I watched it. And so when I watched this one, and it started, and it was the dun 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 dun. I was like, I didn't know they were just going to redo the same song and the same intro. Yeah. And I almost started crying. Aww. It was like a weird, like something hit, like a nostalgia thing hit.
Same. Yeah.
Where I was like, it felt like someone had kind of just like nudged me like that of like, remember when you were 4 years old? 92?
Remember when you were happy?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not the memory. But I was like, I started like welling up. I was like, oh my God, what is that? And then they're like flipping around the X-Men logo, and then you see Cyclops, and it says Cyclops. Like, it's the exact same thing. It's just, I mean, it looks different.
Yeah.
Animated differently.
Yeah.
They added some other stuff in there. And I was like, well, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of a thing, which is, good and bad, I guess. But
yeah,
it really did affect the nostalgia button, where I was like, it really got me. And then I was immediately interested after that, because like I said, I was like, I don't know what this is going to be for, if it's for me or whatever. Because over the years, I've seen like memes and clips of the old show, and it does not hold up. It's like
some of it,
most of it does not hold up. The voice acting is it's pretty bad. You know, it's like, oh, these are very much first time actors and doing whatever. The animation is crude. It's like, it's funny in a bad way. It's funny because it's like old, you know, it's not, when we were that age, it was good. But now that, you know, we've seen such better things, it's not good anymore. So going into this, I was like, I don't really know. But then it wasn't that. It was good. Like the things you said because it starts off with that Cyclops fight where he's like zipping around with his powers. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then when Rogue shows up, not Rogue, Storm busts in, and she's still like, I read it's the same voice actress, but she's still doing the like, with the power of the wind and 1,000 gods. And you're like, easy, lady, but it works, you know. It works for her.
Oh shoot!
And like I was like, Caesar, that's exactly what it is. But it works. And so I was like, okay, this has got me into it. And then the voice actors are some of them are new.
Yeah,
some of them are old ones, which I guess is here or there. I think Rogue sounds kind of terrible, but that
you might be
like
the same
years
old
though.
lady. Yeah.
So because I did go back and listen to old Rogue, and I was like, yeah, that was definitely 30 years ago. She's a lot older now. They maybe should have got a new one for her, but whatever. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
The animation thing, it got me. I know they're trying to make it look like the old show.
Yeah.
But then there were some scenes that clearly had a much bigger budget, and the one that stood out to me the most was the fight scenes. Yeah, but then like the Jubilee dancing scene in the club, which looks so cool.
She looks really good.
It looks so cool, and I'm like, why can't they do that for the whole show? Because that looks so. That looks so. I understand the nostalgia thing, but like, just keep. They all look like they used to. That's enough. But you had the budget for this cool like Jubilee firework.
Jubilee
dance.
Especially had really just
all
so
of her
much
frames,
movement.
all of her frames in every one of her scenes. I was like, why does she have the budget, but the rest of them don't?
A little bit.
That was a little unusual to me.
Because some of the stuff that I read before was that Kevin Feige only said yes if they could get that theme song.
Oh,
and naturally they got it. Which how hard could that have been, Kevin?
Idea.
Of course they could. How hard could it be for you to get anything?
Yeah,
it's like congratulating himself on the easiest thing.
Yeah, we got it. Oh, we had it already.
I kind of wanted them to go. Kind of wanted them to go a little bit harder on that opening scene, like make it real. Like
they
did.
The next episode, it's different every episode.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna change.
So
okay.
yeah, it's because you haven't seen the second one.
No,
Magneto gets put in the second one.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool.
Okay.
But then, yeah, like Jubilee, because I saw it there. Like we want to do 2D animation, so it's hand drawn still.
Right.
But then they're like, well, there's some things we're gonna have to use.
Right. I mean, I saw it, but to me, it stood out a lot more. That like, why does this scene look so much better?
Yeah.
Than the other ones, but and then like the storm scenes are all like, okay, she's got the budget too when she's lighting up the ice, and then
Yeah, that was.
can't you do that for all of this?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool seeing them do their team up. It was really for me like the show. Like I said, I don't really remember the show too much. I was just way too young, but I do remember the video games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There was one called Mutant Apocalypse for Super Nintendo, and then Children of the Atom, which is a fighting game, which is like the precursor to the Versus series. It's like Marvel vs. Street Fighter, or X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. I know like that's like my X-Men memories.
Yeah.
Because those are the designs from this show. And then for Children of the Atom and like X-Men vs. Street Fighter, they got the voice actors from the show do the voice for those games. So it's still like Wolverine, like Berserker. It's the same kind of guy. Yeah. Storm, like Typhoon. It's like the same. It's the same character essentially from the show. So like that's my memory of the X-Men as the video games. So like seeing this was just brought back how much I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just like the nostalgia button. They just like they touched me.
They gotcha.
And they didn't have my consent, but I was happy with it.
Wow. Brought to you by Blue Chew.
Yeah, Blue Chew. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Again, I'm skeptic because I'm of the opinion that Marvel kind of sucks nowadays.
Well, that's the other thing too is I feel like your fear was, oh, is this going to be catered to the young kids? It didn't feel like that's all. I mean, kind of mine too, because I'm, because like even watching stuff like Star Wars is the big one where it's like, okay, all you nerds, they make this for the 8-year-olds now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Luke Skywalker for the 8-year-old girls. Like it's gonna be for that.
I didn't think they were going to cater it to kids. I just thought they wouldn't make it fun, like the series and the old
Yeah,
the
that
games
too.
because the worst part about even though the Fox X-Men movies, they don't age well, especially after Deadpool came out. It's like because Deadpool's having a good time. It's like they never let them have fun in those movies. It's always sucks to be a mutant. They're always being pursued, but like they're never just chilling. And they're dressed in all black always. Yeah. And then that's great about the show, and then this show too. It's like they're hanging out eating beignets. They're playing basketball. They're like just chilling, doing their thing. And they had to go fight and stuff, but when they're not doing that, they're just hanging out. Like that was the best part about the X-Men before. Like they're just having a barbecue. Yeah. They're going on the beach and they're using their powers to like they're playing volleyball, but like Iceman spikes an ice ball and like smashes through something. Like what the And they just X-Men has not been that for so long that it's kind of nice to see that.
Yeah.
It's nice to see some color too.
Yeah, I love the colors.
All the black costumes. Like everyone's just dressing in black all the time. Just
yeah,
black
what choice was that costume. For?
Singer said they were going to be in flight suits every movie.
So annoying.
So that was it was a breath of fresh air. Just seeing like the ad or the when you're on Disney Plus, like the template, where it's X-Men 97, and right next to it is the first X-Men from 2000. And it's like black and blue, yellow, pink, red, green, like everything just kind of jumps out at you, and it's like, oh, I'm going to choose that one instead.
Yeah, and that's why it's so like the internet blew up when they saw Hugh Jackman in the yellow blue suit.
Yeah, they were like, finally,
we're like dying
24 years later, and they put him in a yellow suit.
Yeah. Like, why not?
Like, see, guys, it's okay to have them in a color.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. But yeah, I liked it a lot. So I'll probably watch episode 2. Maybe not tonight because I got to work in the morning. But I'll definitely find time to watch episode 2 and then the others as they come out. This may be the first show I finish in however many years. I know. Wow.
I have a friend who is a storyboard artist on this.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he couldn't talk about it for a while, but now I looked it up to see if his name was in the credits, and it is. So I can say that. Yeah, he was on there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that's again the only thing that really stuck out to me the most was the most jarring was the animation because I just wanted more of that Jubilee stuff or the Storm stuff at the end. But I get it.
Who knows? I mean, you didn't see the second episode yet.
True. That's true. I haven't seen the second one.
A lot of cool stuff in that one. Yeah. Only the other
I'll have
X-Men,
more next week.
Other than that show, I had there's this big X-Men encyclopedia you could get at like the school book fair. Oh. That's also how I knew most of the X-Men stuff than this show. It's just so much cool stuff. So it's nice to see them actually doing cool stuff. Yeah, like what you said. It's like
fun.
Cool
it's fun to see the X-Men be cool.
Because they're so cool.
They are so cool. And they're not just it sucks. I don't want to be a mutant. Like, are you joking?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be Storm or Cyclops?
Yeah.
Or like
even Rogue, who's
Nightcrawler, I understand he's gross. But like you wouldn't want Rogue, she can't touch anybody. But like you wouldn't or like any of the Morlocks because they suck. But you wouldn't want to be an X-Men? Why is that the message of the Bryan Singerverse movies?
Because also they're supposed to be, I mean, they represent everybody who's ever been.
How many times have I said I found my mutants or like I found my? It's because like that's what also stuck out to me most about the X-Men is like they're just the freaks trying to do their thing.
Yeah,
and everyone just with them all the time, and it's like they're like, why are you at our own school? Like we're gonna go out and help other mutants, but like we're doing our own thing. We're just chilling. We're having fun. We're making beignets. We're playing volleyball.
Yeah, and
then you guys are just pissed about it and to have some stupid bill where you got to register our DNA or you've got these guns that want to depower us. Are the Sentinels sending giant robots after us? We're playing volleyball and making beignets. And I don't know. That always stuck with me with the X-Men. It's just like, well, like, yeah, I was always a freak and people with me for no reason. And it's like, why? I'm not doing anything to you.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying my video games alone and my stupid books. And
just because I'm
just different.
I'm a bit weird. Just because I'm a bit weird doesn't mean you have to like make me feel like I need to be boring
have to be a
like
problem.
you.
It's just
it's not a
we
problem.
can exist in the same space. It's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Watch the show. That's a good clip.
Nice.
Clip that part.
I added a lot of sound effects to get to the points.
Yeah. You should put if you can't put the theme to that.
Okay.
Well, it might get claimed, so never mind.
Maybe.
If it's on Instagram, I can just put it with the reel.
Okay. That'll be cool.
That'd be sick.
If you could be a mutant, who would you be?
I asked my friend Daniel this last night. Well, I asked him what power he would want. I grew up loving Wolverine. Wolverine's pretty cool, but
Would you want the heels or the claws?
probably the healing. Claws could be cool, but I feel like it'd be hard to get through like security with metal claws.
I can't take him out, bub.
You take them out, pup. And then the way that they do morph now, I'm like, oh, well, that'd be easy. You could just
do whatever you want.
whatever you want.
Whatever strikes you in the moment.
Yeah, I love that. So I think certain ones like Angel just flying,
Mm-hmm.
like it's
Very convenient.
convenient,
When you
but
get to work or whatever.
yeah, that'd be nice.
Fly over the traffic.
But I mean, rather teleport. But then I don't want to look like Nightcrawler,
Beast.
like a demon.
A demon, yeah. You have 3 fingers.
Yeah, not the best look.
If I had to choose, I'd probably want to be Xavier, but not a cripple.
Well, natural.
Be able to walk around and like
Everyone would want that power. Yeah.
Someone's.
I'm reading your mind.
but also control them too.
And
Just be like,
yeah.
leave me alone, and they just turn around, or like go to the bank and just like give me all of the money, but it's fine.
Because Jean
right.
Grey, I mean, it's essentially being Jean Grey, but then she's so strong that like it attracts that Phoenix Force stuff. I like how the women are kind of the most badass in X-Men.
Yeah,
Like Storm is crazy too.
yeah. I liked that they acknowledged that she's an Omega level mutant.
Yeah, that was good.
Like, they did the
a
Sentinels
good
like,
ad.
oh, Omega threat incoming.
Omega threat.
Yeah, because
That
she's
was
always
good.
been like the strongest.
Mhm.
So it was kind of downplayed. Maybe
Well, they're not now.
she's not black.
She's definitely black. Is she Wakandan? I think
She marries. I know,
into
yeah, she
Wakanda.
marries into that, but
Marries
I don't
into
know.
Wakanda.
Yeah, she did the voice of her.
Yeah.
I was like, she sounds exactly the same,
She's probably
and
the same
she's
one.
just as campy as she was in that last show, and it still works. Rogue, maybe recast.
Yeah.
She sounds tired.
Maybe she's a granny right now.
Yeah, she sounds a little tired and old.
I don't know, Magneto. I can't tell people.
Sugar.
Sugar. Oh, I'm falling over. No, don't take off my gloves. You touch my hand.
Take off my gloves.
But I want to touch your hands so bad, sugar.
No, don't do it.
That's
And on
Gambit.
that note, that's his reel, you guys.
Good night.
Check him out. We can close on that. We're closing at the end. It was some gold. So yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for whoever created that X-Men show, even though we know he's kind of been offed. So I don't know why.
I don't know.
Can't be good. But thanks for the show.
Can't be good.
Thanks for Caesar's friend who storyboarded the show.
Yeah, go Caesar's friend.
Yeah. And we'll end it there. Caesar,
You could
if
follow
you could
me.
be a mutant, who would you be?
Oh.
Yeah, real quick. Wait.
Sorry.
Dang, I didn't even think about it. I'd be, yeah, it would have to be Xavier.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, because like I wouldn't do Marcus. I would just be like, hey, I would go to the store and be like, give me this for free. I wouldn't even need money.
Yeah, or just nothing would inconvenience you. Someone's like
Exactly.
in your way, you can just go like, and they move out of the way
Exactly.
That why he is so rich?
because you just
Whoa.
and just got whatever you wanted.
He's like, you're going to give me everything from this bank.
Maybe
And that's
it
it.
doesn't work.
He has wealth.
Yeah,
He has it.
probably. All right, so Caesar, do your things.
You can follow me at I am Caesar Rod. You can follow, if you want me to produce a podcast for you, hit me up at Rodriguez Podcasts on Instagram. And then Carla and Caesar's Modern Life on YouTube. Decade Dialogue also on YouTube.
Ooh.
And that's it for now.
It's
Caesar. Wait, who did you say? Angel. No, you said Morph.
probably Morph the way
Morph.
that they use it in this one.
No funny name with Morph. Clint, go ahead. Morph.
At the _Clint show. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's turn into mutants. Uncle 2 _ Marcus. 30s pod on everything.